Welcome to Antonio Gaudi's fantastic Casa Milà, more commonly known as La Pedrera. This wonderfully strange building was constructed between 1906 and 1910, a key time in the history of Barcelona as the city opened up to modernization. It was also a period where the Art Nouveau was at its peak. It is a style of art and architecture which embraces vivid decorative shapes and prefers curves over straight lines. The movement spread all over the world, even to the strict Catholic and rather old-fashioned Catalan region. One of the movement's front figures became the Barcelona-based architect Antonio Gaudi. This building is rated as not only one of Antonio Gaudi's most intriguing and spectacular building, but as a crown jewel of the whole Art Nouveau movement. The building was commissioned as a residence by Pedro Milà, a wealthy businessman who had been enchanted by one of Gaudi's previous buildings, the Casa Patio. What he ended up with was an even more unconventional building, as Gaudi took his creativity one step further. His design was so unorthodox that even the local government objected to some aspects of the project, as it did not follow the normal building codes. The building was originally named Casa Milà, based on the founder of the house, but it is more known as La Pedrera, meaning the quarry. The nickname was given to the house already during the construction phase, when the crowd saw the beginning of the strange stone structure. Gaudi's building plan completely broke away from the norm of the Eixample district of Barcelona. He used a new and audacious building structure, supported by columns of stone and brick, and an incorporated steel web instead of relying on load-bearing walls. This gave Gaudi total freedom over the distribution of each floor, leaving him completely free to create completely irregular floor plans, where even the height of the pillars and ceilings could vary. Even though Gaudi's building technique was unique, he, and this building in particular, is most known for extraordinary shapes. If you look at the Enchanting Facade, you will see an impressive, varied, and harmonious mass of undulating stone without any real straight lines. Gaudi is said to have envisioned the facade as a petrified wave. Many people think it is the hardness and solidity of the materials, in contrast with the sensation of movement in these waves, that makes the facade so spectacular. Gaudi's ocean theme is further evident when you look at the balconies. The balconies are beautifully decorated with exquisitely crafted iron, depicting underwater plants and vegetation. If you take a closer look at them, you can almost see how the vegetation is moving along with the water. If you look at the sidewalk next to the building, you'll also see that it's covered in starfish ceramic tiles. The magnificent facade, together with the interior marine decorations, make up a fantastic underwater landscape. While the facade and the interior of the building is wonderful, one shouldn't forget what can be found on the rooftop. On the roof you can find chimneys and ventilation, just as on any other roof. These are, however, designed by Gaudi in true Gaudi fashion, with extraordinary shapes and vivid imagination. The unique components are made of broken tile-shard mosaic, undulating stone, marble and ceramics. There is also a level difference and several staircases on the roof, which makes it look more like a landscape than a rooftop. The staircases and chimneys have long fascinated visitors. The rooftop and its figures have been interpreted in many different ways. Some have seen them as phantasmagorial figures and warriors, while others have seen it as a dream landscape. The roof terrace also offers a nice view over the area, so I can highly recommend it. La Pedrera is owned by the Catalonian bank Caixa Catalunya, who bought, restored and opened up the building to tourists in the mid-1980s. It has today become the head office of their cultural foundation, which annually hosts a variety of exhibitions and cultural events. The building is part of the UNESCO World Heritage List, and it is the last example of Gaudi's civil architecture. It is considered one of the most imaginative houses in the history of architecture.